In this episode, guys, I'm going to be showing and also telling you guys all about my most favorite and also my most fastest growing plant in my entire collection. That's right, you're about to find out. Bam, 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 and boom. And right here, guys, this is the spectacular plant that I was telling you guys all about. Oh my goodness, look at that, guys. And this Dioscorea Dodecaneura, also known as the Dioscorea Discolor and also known as the Variegated Yam plant, is actually growing on a 4-foot tomato cage. And what's even more fascinating than that is the fact that I've only had it for about 2.5 months. That's it, and that's all, folks. And I actually started this off of a starter plant, something that was so teeny and weeny, and as you can see now, is so spectacular in its fabulous and magnificent growth. It is without no exaggeration when I tell you this thing right here grows so fast. It grows so fast, in fact, that it grows about 2 inches per day. You can literally walk away from this plant and come back to it and find that it has grown. And I know I did say that this plant right here is about 4 foot tall because that is how tall its tomato cage is. But if you look right here, it is actually vining out already, so it's a lot taller than that. And then for the simple fact that if we do take a closer look, you are seeing that I am tightly winding it around and around throughout this trellis. So this plant is actually far larger than the trellis. And if we do take a look over this way, guys, you are going to see evidence of where I started making cuttings for propagation, and you're also seeing new growths of vines already happening right here. Because we did cut this plant back, that only means that this is going to promote more growth, which means that if you think this is full and bushy now, just wait. It's going to get even fuller and bushier than this, guys. And let us go ahead and take a closer look at just how beautiful and striking these heart-shaped leaves really are. So as we're taking a closer look, you are going to notice that silvery veining in there, and it's all throughout the leaf. And it is somewhat reminiscent to what I believe is a spider webbing pattern. Do you guys see it? Also, you're going to notice this very dramatic silvery mid-stripe right there, running right down the center. And then if we take a closer look at the colors within this leaf, you are going to notice different shadings of green. You're going to notice that lighter green, then it fades to a darker green, and then it even goes into a green that is so dark it does appear to be black. And with even the color combination on the top of these leaves, it does give off somewhat of a camo pattern as well. But guys, the fabulousness does not stop there, because if we flip the leaf around, you are going to notice that magnificent purple within the underside of the leaf. You can really tell with the details on this plant that Mother Nature took her time in her artistry. Let me not forget to mention, guys, that the texture on the leaf is also quite amazing. It has a very soft, velvety texture on the upper top of the leaf. But if we flip it upside down, you will see the raised portion of the actual veinings within the leaf. And if you rub your fingers across it, it definitely protrudes outwards and feels much like Braille. And guys, I just wanted to take a brief moment to really appreciate the beauty and the artistry of this plant right here. We're taking a look at the undersides, and oh my goodness, do you see the intense and extreme purple color on this? Absolutely stunning and absolutely gorgeous. Now on the younger leaves, you are going to notice different degrees of color as well, as you are seeing lighter greens in here and also a bronzy color. So you can have different shades of color throughout the entire plant. It is so difficult for me to believe that this leaf right here is coming from a simple yam plant. I mean, the leaf is just so intricate and so sophisticated to be a yam plant. I would actually think that this leaf would be some form of anthurium. That's just how beautiful and striking it is. And another beautiful attribute about this plant right here is the fact that it does grow pretty nice sized leaves. The leaves will commonly get to about 10 to 12 inches in width. So definitely a very nice sized leaf. And as I have stated, guys, this plant right here is one of the easiest plants to take care of. It is also one of the fastest growing plants I have ever seen. And as you can tell, guys, it is also one of the most striking and most beautiful and most interesting plants I have ever seen as well. So you can easily see why this is one of my most favorite plants and is definitely why I love it so much. Now, as I stated, guys, this is a very fast growing plant. It is said that this can grow between 15 to 20 to even 30 feet high and is known to commonly grow about 6 feet wide. It is also said that this can grow on a fence and cover the fence within one grow season. So again, a very aggressive grower, but still manageable and is considered non-invasive. As the name states, guys, this is the variegated yam plant, meaning that this offers up tubers that are actually edible. So if you guys want to enjoy it as an ornamental plant, or perhaps you want to enjoy it as a meal, it is totally up to you guys. This plant is considered a tropical growing plant, so therefore it does appreciate your warmer conditions. Now, one thing that definitely should be noted about this plant right here is the fact that if it gets below mid 30 degrees Fahrenheit, this plant will literally die back. But the good news, folks, is the fact that this plant grows from a tuber and that in the mid-spring or beginning summer months, this plant will reactivate and flourish once more. Now, if you do want to prevent this plant from dying out during the colder season, you can definitely take it indoors and it'll continue to grow for you. Now, as far as lighting goes, this plant right here is not picky at all. As a matter of fact, it is known to get full sun, to your partial sun, and even down to your more shadier conditions. But it is also said that if you want this plant to be more vibrant in its colors and patterns and variegations, then you would want to give it more light. And the media of choice for this plant is rich, organic, and fast-draining soil. Also, the way that you would water this plant is similar to majority of your house plants, where you would keep it evenly moist and of course water as it becomes dry. And of course, guys, to keep this plant in tip-top condition, you definitely want to fertilize on a regular basis. So now you guys can see exactly why I am head over heels, over the moon in love with this plant. I mean, it has all the bells and the whistles, and I'm like, where is my engagement ring already? Because I'm all in, guys. I am totally all in. And hubby dear is very fortunate that this plant is just a plant, because if it were not, he may be in trouble, guys. I'm just telling you, because it is quite the looker, a fantasy, and has everything I could ever hope for and dream of. In a plant, of course. I don't know, guys. I mean, is it just me? I mean, I want to know, do you guys have a plant that you're absolutely head over heels in love with? And you love it like way too much, to the point where you just may have a problem? Because my husband actually has literally told me the only way for him to get attention is if he would dress up as a plant. I don't know, that kind of leads me to say that I may just have a problem, guys. Just a small one. Now, I don't know if this is a plant that is considered rare, but I can tell you that it is very difficult to get a hold of. Everywhere I found it online was absolutely sold out, and the only place that I could find it in my location was at Eldon's Tropical. That's where I got this plant from. But I can say that I am trying to propagate it, so if it does take and I get lots and lots of them, I may have them for sale or trade in the future. So if you're interested, make sure you let me know and stay in contact. And there you have it, folks. That is my most favorite and most fastest growing plant in my entire collection, the Dioscorea Dodecaneura, also known as the Dioscorea Discolor, and also known as the Variegated Yam plant. But if we dive even deeper, guys, they also call it the monkey ball plant or vine. And don't ask me why they call it that. Don't ask me how they came up with that. I don't even want to know, guys. I don't even want to know. Too much information. Now, I would love to know exactly what you guys think about this plant. Also, if you guys have this plant already, what has your experience been with it? And if any of you guys have now added it to your wish list, make sure you guys let me know and make sure you guys post those comments below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode of my tropical plant adventures. And I will see you guys later, and I'll also grow with you guys later as well. Bye-bye. Peace.